Good morning, students. Hope you all are enjoyed your summer vacation nicely. Although it was lockdown, most of you could not go out, but hope you all have done your studies because it is very much uncertain now that when the school will reopen. So most of this year you have to be at home and do your studies through the online classes. So now before going into summer vacations, I completed the first chapter, that is chemical reactions and equations. You had given a test also on that. Now after that I started the chapter acid, bases and salts. Hope you all have noted down. I have already given you the notes and the questions related to that, and you have written your copies and everything, notes in your copy. So please, if you have not noted it down, once again when I am having my period I will be giving you the notes of acid, bases. But before now I am going to start off with the strength of acids. Strength of acids and bases. The topic which I am going to discuss today is the strength of acids and bases. So how can you measure the strength? What do you mean by the strength of acid and bases, and how can you measure it? You can measure it by the help of pH scale. You call it as the pH scale. pH, it is a German word. P means potenge. P in Germany it is said as potenge, P-O-T-E-N-Z, which means power. Which means power. So strength of an acid is measured by its hydrogen ion concentration. You can measure the strength of acid by the hydrogen ion. This is called hydrogen ion, or if it takes in water, you call it as hydronium ion, H3O plus. This is called as hydronium ion. You first understand this, and then when I give you the notes, you copy it down. This is called as hydrogen ion. Okay, H plus ion, hydrogen ion. Now, what do you call pH? pH may be defined as the negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration or hydronium ion concentration. Remember students, either hydrogen ion concentration or hydronium ion concentration. What is the formula of that? The formula of pH is minus log. Minus log means logarithm. Base, this is the base 10. Please, this is minus log 10. Okay. To the hydrogen ion concentration. Negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration, or minus log base 10. This is called base 10 to hydronium ion concentration. This much is clear to you? If you have not understood, please, once again I am repeating, pH may be defined as the negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration. Now, I gave you the pH, the definition of pH, that negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration. Now, I wrote you the formula also, minus log base 10 of hydrogen ion concentration. Now, if you see the pH scale, you will do it in practical. It is there in practical. This 7, it is from 1 to 0 to 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This 7 is neutral. This 7 is neutral. You call it for neutral, like water, distilled water. Distilled water pH is 7. Now, as you move from 7 towards 0, the pH increases. That means pH decreases. Okay. So 6 to 0. That means these acids are like 5, 6. They are weakly acidic. Weakly acidic. 3, 4. They are moderately acidic. Moderately acidic. And 1, 2 strongly acidic. In this, which acids come? Like HCl, HNO3, H2SO4. These are strongly acids. Now, which are the weakly acidic? The carbonic acid, acetic acid, these are all weakly acidic. Now, when you move from 7 towards 14, basicity increases. Here, basicity increases. Basicity increases. Here, acidity increases. Fine. Now, so 8, 9, weakly basic. Weakly basic. Now, 10 and 11, they are moderately basic. Moderately basic. And 12 to 14, they are strongly basic. Strongly basic. I will do numericals like KOH, KOH, NaOH. These are strongly basic. Okay. Now, pH of pure water is 7. That is, this is pure water of pure water pH is 7. Now, universal indicator. Now, if you see the universal indicator, pH is also called as the universal indicator. You call it as the universal indicator. Now, what does an increase in concentration of hydrogen ion in a solution have on the pH of the solution? Now, if the increase in the concentration of hydrogen ion is there, then the pH decreases. That means, suppose if pH is 6, that means it is weakly acidic. Now, as we move from left to right, it becomes strongly acidic. Why strongly acidic? Because the hydrogen ion concentration is increasing. The concentration of hydrogen ion is increasing. Therefore, the pH increases. Okay? Now, I am giving you one question, that fresh milk has pH of 6. When it changes into curd, will its pH value increase or decrease? Anybody has any clue? When fresh milk has pH of 6, that means it is a pH 6 means weakly acidic. Why weakly acidic? Because milk contains lactic acid. And lactic acid is an organic acid which is weak in nature. Now, when it changes into curd, will its pH value increases or decreases? So, now when milk changes into curd, its pH decreases. Its pH decreases. Okay? Due to formation of lactic acid. Okay? Now, next is one more question I am giving you. Calculate the pH of the following solution. Calculate the pH of the following solution, like 0.001 m of HCl solution. 0.001 m of HCl solution. So 0.001, that means of hydrogen ion. So 0.001 you can write 10 to the power minus 3. How 10 to the power minus 3? First, this you can write by 1 by 1000. Again you can write 1 by 10 to the power 3, and further you can write 10 to the power minus 3. Now, what is the formula of pH? pH is equal to negative logarithm base 10 of hydrogen ion concentration. Now, if I put the value of, that means this is the concentration of hydrogen ion. Remember students, this is the concentration of hydrogen ion. So minus log 10 to the power of 10 to the power minus 3. Now remember, I am putting this hydrogen ion in square bracket, that means the third bracket. Don't put it in like this, first bracket. No, it's wrong. Concentration is always put in third bracket. Now how to solve? You have not done the pH question in the junior classes. So now when you will do this, this minus 3, this is the power index, this minus 3 will come here. So minus of minus 3 log 10 base 10. Log 10 base 10. Now remember, log 10 base 10 is always 1. Log 1 base 10 is 0. These two values, my dear students, you should remember. Log 10 base 10 is 1 and log 1 base 10 is 0. Is it clear? So now this becomes minus of minus 3 is 3. Log 10 base 10 is 1, 3 into 1. So this is pH is 3. pH of the value is 3. Now one more question I am giving it to you for your practice, like pH of a solution changes from 6 to 5. pH of a solution changes from 6 to 5. What changes do you expect in the hydrogen ion concentration? Now pH of a solution. Now if the pH of a solution is 6, if pH is 6, what will be the hydrogen ion concentration? 1 into 10 to the power minus 6. If pH is 5, what will be the concentration of hydrogen ion? 1 into 10 to the power minus 5. So it is said, if the pH changes from 6 to 5, what changes do you expect in the hydrogen ion concentration? So this you can write. Therefore 1 into 10 to the power minus 5 by 1 into 10 to the power minus 6, because 10 to the, which is greater, 10 to the power minus 5 is greater or 10 to the power minus 6 is greater? 10 to the power minus 5 is greater. Okay, so there you can see 1 cancels, 10 to the power minus 5 plus 6, that is 10 to the power 1, that means 10. That means pH changes. What will be the change in the concentration of hydrogen ion? Change in concentration of hydrogen ion is 10 times. This is a very, very important question. So if the pH of a solution changes from 5 to 6, what will be the change in the concentration of hydrogen ion? Now the next or the last question for the day is, what is the pH of 0.01 m NaOH solution? My dear students, this is a different type of question. What is the pH of 0.01 m NaOH solution, sodium hydroxide solution? Now for this you have to remember certain thing. First one is Kw. Kw is equals to, this is ionic product of water. Ionic product of water. Now this is actually, it's the product of hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion. It is a product of hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion. Now here the concentration of hydroxyl ion is given, OH ion is given. What is the concentration of hydroxyl ion? 0.01, that is equal to 1 by 100, that is equal to 1 by 10 square, that is 10 to the power minus 2. And Kw, its value is constant, that is ionic product of water is 1 into 10 to the power minus 14. This is also a constant value. Now if I substitute here 1 into 10 to the power minus 14 is equal to, I have to find out the HN. Now you are saying, sir, why are you not applying that formula? pH is equal to negative logarithm of hydrogen ion concentration. Because I don't know the concentration of hydrogen ion. I have been provided with the concentration of hydroxyl ion. So from the hydroxyl ion concentration, I have to find out the concentration of hydrogen ion first, and then I have to find the pH. So H plus into 1 into 10 to the power minus 2. So H plus will be equal to 1 into 10 to the power minus 14 by 1 into 10 to the power minus 2. 1 cancels, that is 10 to the power minus 14 plus 2, that is 10 to the power minus 12. This is the concentration of hydrogen ion concentration. Now, what will be the pH? pH is negative logarithm base 10 of hydrogen ion concentration. Now, this will be equal to minus log 10 to the power minus 12. Now, what is minus of minus 12? Log 10 base 10. Now, log 10 base 10, I told it will be equal to log 10 base 10 is equal to 1. So, this will be minus minus plus 12 into 1, that is 12. So, pH of NaOH solution is 12. So, this way you have to find the pH of NaOH solution. So, how to find out the concentration of hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion, I have taught you. So, in the exam, you may be given to find out this type of questions or to directly find out the pH. Now, some importance of pH in everyday life. Plants and animals are pre-sensitive, okay? They are in the range of 7 to 7.8. And when the pH of rainwater is below 5.6, it becomes acid rain. And that time, the survival of plants and animals is very dangerous. They cannot survive. If the pH is below 5.6, it becomes very dangerous. Second is pH of digestive system. You know, sometimes when you go to the party or any other occasions, we eat something and we feel indigestion. During that time, we take some antacids. Okay, we take some antacids like the HCl present in our stomach. They causes indigestion. To suppress that, we take some antacids like magnesium hydroxide, milk of magnesia to suppress that. So during the indigestion, stomach produces acids which causes indigestion. And third one is pH changes cause tooth decay. Many of you have a problem of toothache at this younger age. Many of them are having at the older age. So when the pH of the mouth becomes lower than 5.5, when the pH of your mouth, becomes less than 5.5, what happens? Tooth enamels, it starts getting corroded and people start suffering from tooth decay. So, hope you all have understood the content which I have tried to give to you, and please, I will be providing with you along the video, I will be providing you the notes. Please, first go through the notes. If you have any doubts, you feel free to ask to me. Hope you are having my WhatsApp number, that is 7980917258. So, do nicely, copy down, and when the school opens, I will be taking your copy for correction. Thank you. Have a blessed day.